started this race 40th. He's currently running third. Of course, he's coming in for his pit stop right now. Second week that Booty Barker is coming back, and guys, we're having some problems on the track. Leader is out of gas. Kurt Busch is out of gas, guys. Two cars slowing down. They may have stretched it a little too far coming across a tunnel turn. No banking now in turn 3, so he's at helpless, I guess, DJ. What a helpless feeling.
Yeah, there are worse spots to run out of fuel, but he definitely, it's going to cost him a lot of time, and all the strategy they played out is now out the window.
It's going to be hard to get this car to start, too. That's the biggest thing about running out of fuel is getting that thing started back.
Yeah, and the other thing is not knowing pit road speed. You know, you don't know exactly how fast you're going down through here because the engine isn't running.
Looks like he doesn't have to worry about that. I think he's going slow enough coming in.
Well, sometimes you think you are, but it's easy to be going faster, and that car's getting down pit road pretty fast. So it's just a feel that you don't have because normally you have the engine running and it's easier to tell. Jamie?
How long is this crawl for Kurt Busch? Right after I said it shed some hope with this team, Kurt radioed, we're out of gas. So he made the long crawl in. He's here. 4 tires, no adjustments for Kurt. You guys, disappointing day, but at least they got some laps. They salvaged some points, and right now that's what it's all about for this 2 team.
He gets 4 tires. Meanwhile, Matt Kenseth is the one left on the racetrack. And yeah, here he comes down finally toward you, Dave.
And his fuel pressure was holding strong, according to the driver. They might have been able to stretch it one more lap, but Chip Bowen didn't want to take any chances, make sure it's up and running. It is definitely running. 4-tire change are going to reduce the air pressure in the right rear just a little bit. This will be close for them. They were talking amongst themselves, thought maybe 33 laps was their maximum, maybe 34. They'll need some caution if they'll make it from here.
This team really couldn't afford to gamble points-wise because of last week whenever they had the tire issue and that he had such a bad finish there. They put themselves back there in the 11th spot, so they really couldn't afford to gamble today.
Brian Vickers getting his service after finishing second here back in June. Had high hopes, so maybe pulling off a win here today.
Uh-oh, got another car out of fuel. 41 car, Reed Sorensen.
Engine completely shut off. He is coasting around. Been a tough year for the Chip Ganassi Felix Sabatos operation. They have been shut out of the win column. No RPMs, nothing.
See, he's trying to get it started. He just lets the clutch out right there to see if he can pull any fuel into it. Didn't fire off, so he knocks it back out of gear.
Yeah, and sometimes you do that and you actually suck all of that fuel out of there, and just like you said, be hard to get started back.
Yeah, but he's going to have a hard time. He's trying to get to pit road. He's slow over there in turn 3. It's going to be iffy of him making it to pit road, and if he does, it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, I think he'll probably make it. As we see, the leader now is Carl Edwards. He's got his car back out front. He's about almost 2 seconds ahead of Tony Stewart at this point in time.
And if Reed Sorensen gets there, these other guys are going to be coming in a couple laps.
And if he doesn't, this is going to put these guys pitting under caution, and the guys that just pitted under green that stayed on the lead lap, they'll steal some more track position. Looks like 41's going to make it, though. He's there.
Yeah, and I've got to wonder if Jimmy Johnson and Dale Jr. aren't holding back a little bit here, making sure that they're going to be able to make it on fuel the rest of the way with this one stop.
Kyle Busch in the pits for his stop of the 18 car coming down. Carl Edwards, left side of your screen, still on the track, still a couple of laps away. Let's see what Kyle's going to do. Jamie.
And they count him down into his pit box. Kyle Busch kind of been mired there in the top 10, outside the top 10, and back in again. They're going to take right sides and left sides. No changes. Oh, they put the ratchet in the back. They did make a last-minute adjustment for Kyle Busch. And he's down and away, guys.
Kyle Busch makes a stop. Well, you heard during the red flag when we talked to Carl Edwards, he said he and Bob Osborne had talked about it, thought they could make it on one more stop, and this is that stop. Now the question is, can he go 35 laps if we stay green? 38's out of gas. 99 is on pit road.
These guys are playing the strategy of getting in as soon as they can know that they can make it from here, Andy.
Yeah, this is a road course type strategy. Mike?
And Tony Stewart on pit road right now saying he's tight in the center, good off, and the entry is getting better. That's the status of his car. The team going to work on the right side. 2 tire change there. Now 4 tire changes. They work to the left side. Jamie?
Carl Edwards was on the gas that last stint. They're going to take 4 tires here. Remember, he was one of those that pitted right before the rain, took right side tires only. He's down and away.
Edwards down. There's Stewart. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Sound like Junior had a lot going on right there, didn't it?
Jeff Gordon coming out. Jimmy Johnson coming in for what should be his final stop if we stay green. Dave.
And the 38 of David Gilliland coast slowly, quietly to a stop. They've changed the 4 tires. They're filling it with fuel, but there's no fire in the belly yet. As they try to crank that car over and over, it takes a while to get it siphoned out there. The 6 of Reagan is in as well. Jamie?
Jimmy Johnson dominant in the first half of the race here. He said he's tight in the center of 3. They're going to take 4 tires for Jimmy Johnson. Again, he was one of those right before the rain, took right sides only, shuffled back to 21st. He's down and away in 13.6. Great stop for Jimmy Johnson.
All righty then. We have cycling through pit stops, and the guys that stayed out and came in earlier made up some serious ground here with regard to coming in earlier on those pit stops. And with the cycles there, Mark Martin shows himself up in 8th position. Casey Kane is 6th.
Here's our leader, David Reagan, who had inherited the lead. He's on pit road now.
We are being told a 31 car, Jeff Burton, will have a pass-through penalty because of an uncontrolled tire that wasn't controlled back on the inside part of the box. Dave.
And that was a 1-car Martin Truex who was in there in the smoke a little earlier. This is the 6 of David Reagan on pit road now. They'll make a 4-tire change as well. It's been a little bit tight getting off on the throttle all day long. That's a situation that continues to persist for him, but a good run today for the 6 car.
David Reagan showing himself only like 20 points out of the 12th position. Rainbows. Who could be parked under the rainbow here today at Pocono? Mark Martin trying to get a win, hasn't won in 81 races. Here's Jamie McMurray coming off his best finish of the year at Indianapolis when he finished 6th a week ago. There have been some close calls. Here's Carl Edwards coming out. Watch Ryan Newman coming in.
Oh, zigzag move, no problem.
We talk about all the room there is on this pit road, and then things still get close as they're trying to enter and exit.
31 laps to go at Pocono Raceway. NASCAR Sprint Cup action. McMurray, Bill Elliott, the 5-time winner for the Wood Brothers, showing in 2nd spot. Back with more in a moment. Let's think a little bit about what the strategies might be here for these final 21 laps, knowing Alan Bestwick and Rusty and Brad that these guys up front, both the 9 and 8, are going to have to pit around lap 184 to 186.
Yeah, making assumptions, Doc, that there's no caution from here to the end of the race. Do we assume that Casey Kane and Mark Martin are in a whole lot of trouble here?
Yeah, I think they're in a lot of trouble if the caution doesn't come out. I mean, that's what the only thing they can hope for right now, because they're about 8 to 10 laps short of those other guys, and so they need a caution real bad if they're going to pull this thing off. There's no doubt about that, guys.
I think it's an opportunity for that too. I mean, we have had a long run here, but I know they've got their fingers crossed, and we don't want anything to happen to anyone, but boy, I'd hate to see Mark Martin lose an opportunity to get a win here. I really would.
Now, you saw Matt Kenseth's fuel gauge by our estimate on the right. We heard Dave Burns report on his pit strategy that they thought maybe they could make it. 37 to go. Dave?
So after they went green, Alan, they thought about it some more, and then Matt had this question for crew chief Chip Bolin, and this response as well.
Whenever you get a minute, Chip, just let me know if you're thinking about gambling. I'll run slow, but what I don't want to do is run slow and have to come in for a gas to go anyway. You know what I mean? If we're going to gas to go it for sure, then I need to be on the hammer. I don't believe you can save me 3 green laps, so I'll probably have to put fuel in it.
So you hear their final decision. We will have to fuel again. They'll probably do it around lap 185, but couldn't save him 3 laps of fuel. That would have been tough.
So here's the question that I have upstairs, Andy and DJ and Doc, is we're all pretty much set on the fact that Carl Edwards is not coming in for the rest of this race, right?
Yeah, that's what we think, Alan.
So now it's a matter of how does this all play out with or without a caution flag.